important, but spending 4 years of my life learning how to run a business when I could actually go out there, start my own business, and by the time I would have been done with those 4 years, be making well more than I would have had in debt. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I do have a little bit of a different video for you guys. There's just been an overwhelming amount of requests for a lot about what I'm doing with online coaching and how I took the initiative to start my career as an online coach and leave school. So I figured I might as well give you guys a little bit of a background about me and who I am and what I've been through in the past year. And then kind of help anyone who either one wants to be an online coach or two is just really unhappy with what they're currently doing, if they're in school, not sure what they want to pursue, and just give you guys a little bit of motivation behind that. So to explain a little bit of me and my past, when I was 18 years old, I finished in the top 10% of an extremely prestigious high school. Not bragging here, but just kind of giving you guys a little 411. I finished with a 4.2 GPA. SAT scores were shit, but I decided that I was going to go to a local community college, just like everybody else who graduates high school goes to college. And that's what both my siblings did. It's what the majority of my friends were doing, actually all of my friends. And so obviously I had to do that. So I went to community college. I realized that I had taken my sciences in the wrong order as a dietetics major and was like, fuck me. So I had to switch over to exercise science because I just wasn't putting up with the extra school. I was great in school. I studied at the tutoring center every day. I had a love for learning, but I was sick of tradition. Simple as that. I was sitting in class and I was looking up exercises. I was getting my NASM certification to be a personal trainer, and I was doing that rather than listening to my philosophy professor talk about Socrates and Aristotle. So I felt like I was wasting my time in class. And for those of you wondering about how I was able to pursue my passion, which is health and fitness, I do come from a stance where obviously I had a little bit more privilege. My parents, supported me financially. I also had a job at McDonald's and Chipotle at the time, but I also got my certification for personal training. So when I was 18, I started training people at my local community college and some of my friends' parents, and just people who were more local to me. And at the same time, I started posting on my Instagram about my journey from recovery to getting more into bodybuilding and weightlifting. And I really think I found my niche, and that's so important for anyone out there. But I really do want to explain a little bit more about my story before I hop into more about how I started online coaching. And then when I was 18, I competed in my first NPC bikini competition, and my semester ended, my first freshman year of college ended, and I was extremely unhappy. So at the time, I was like, I said to my parents, like, can I just try something new? Like, I just want to try something new. So I went and got my certification. I had already been training people, and I found a job in Orlando, Florida, where my sister was living. I decided to go move in with my sister for the time being for the summer, and I was like, you know what? If I don't like it, if I can't make a living doing it, then I'm just going to come back home and go to my sophomore year of college. And once you leave school, guys, you don't want to go back. And for me, I was in a really good position because this is where I'll get a little bit more into my online coaching. So I had about 30,000 followers on Instagram. Ask me how I got there. I have no idea, guys. I shared my story. It resonated with people. People started sharing my story, and we just became a big community. And that's what's really important, having a sense of community. And so I had gotten my certification, which, by the way, guys, if you're gonna do online coaching, I do recommend getting a few different certifications or at least specialties in different areas. I'm specialized in women's nutrition, fitness for nutrition, and I have a few in-person training certs that are more applicable to in-person training, but certifications 100% are not necessary. If you have real life experience, if you're consistently doing case studies, consistently looking at university studies, and gaining the knowledge that fits in with your style of coaching, then you can be successful coaching without having an in-person certification. Like, you don't need a personal training certification to be an online coach. You just don't. So when I was in just like a really, really good place, I put an inquiry out there on my Instagram and was like, hey, does anybody want to be trained by me for free? And so I picked up like 3 clients for free, got them a little bit of a transformation, and then I decided, shit, I can actually change people's lives doing this. And, you know, it felt really good getting text messages from people, my clients, being like, oh my gosh, I like look this good and I feel this good. And so I put an inquiry out there and I charged like $100 a month for coaching. And I got clients, like I got a bunch of clients, and I was like, holy crap, like I can't take this money. So I had to obviously increase my prices, kept continuously growing my social media. That's gonna be so important for you. Just resonating with other people on social media and helping them with what you've been through. I wanted to gain muscle. I had gained muscle, people saw that. And so those were the clients that were coming to me. And from there, I really stopped liking my in-person training job because I started making a lot of money with online coaching as my prices had to keep increasing because of the demand for my coaching kept increasing. And a lot of people ask, you know, how do you get clients? Like, coach a few people for free and tell them, hey, I've gotten you these results. It's time to either start paying or move on. And show those results to people, put them out there, show people what you can do for them, provide value to them consistently. And that's how you'll keep getting clients. So this is more relevant, like I said, to online coaching. From there, I basically quit my job at UFIT, the gym I was working at in Florida, because I was working 14-hour days. I was making like $15 an hour, if that, for 2 sessions an hour. And it was just like not worth my time. I was putting in so much and ruining my body because I was so tired and so stressed. And I was helping people and I loved that, but my own health was suffering due to putting in so much time, and I couldn't give all of my attention to my online clients. So I started giving all of my attention to my online clients. I started actually building and providing a program for them. So I actually would be, you know, selling them on training that's more geared towards mentality focus, training, nutrition. I follow a flexible dieting lifestyle, so that's what I preach to my clients and that's what we work on, and eventually transitioning into an intuitive style of eating if that's what they're open to. I really nailed down what my ideal client looked like, who I wanted to be coaching, what my program was going to look like, and that is basically how I outlined my online coaching. And from there, I basically started watching like Sterling Griffin's videos, Amanda Bucci, Rich Bitch podcast. Like, I listen to all these different resources that are helping me stay motivated, helping me kind of map out my program. And from there, my online coaching just continued to take off. And as of this year, I am 100% set to make 6 figures actually by November. So it's just a matter of staying consistent with what you want to be doing within your program, charging the prices that you firmly believe in, and building up your client base over time. I currently hold anywhere from 30 to 35 clients. I did push it to 40 this past week and close off inquiries. So it's just a matter of consistently mapping out your program, knowing what you want, and finding and bringing clients in through social media, through word of mouth. If you truly want to help people, you're going to put it out there as much as you possibly can. And so for those of you who aren't online coaching, you might be thinking, okay, I built from the ground up, like my story, I built from the ground up and this is where I'm currently at. Now, how did I do it? Like, where in my mind was I like, okay, let's just leave school. Let's just go pursue online coaching and become a 6-figure earner in 1 year. Like, yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about, right? So I was just, I was so fed up with tradition. It's unreal. It's like society has sculpted us this perfect picture of going to high school, graduating and getting a great SAT score, and then going to college. And then 90% of people like aren't even using their degree and coming out of college working fast food jobs or, you know, finding something else to do. And rather than go to school for business instead of wasting 4 years of my life, not necessarily wasting, of course, education is important, but spending 4 years of my life learning how to run a business when I could actually go out there, start my own business, and by the time I would have been done with those 4 years, be making well more than I would have had in debt. Like, I thought about it. I weighed out the pros and cons. Was it scary as fuck to leave school? Hell yeah. Guys, I literally was like, okay, we're gonna wing this, and I don't really have a specific plan, but if you want something to work, you're gonna make it work. I didn't wanna go back to school. I didn't wanna follow tradition, and I wanted to change lives. And that's what I did. I set a goal for myself, and I continuously set them every single day. And that's what you have to do. If you wanna work, have personal freedom, you gotta bust your ass. I have personal freedom when I want personal freedom. And that's not all the time. I spend, like, making this video, guys, like, I spend at least 6 to 10 hours a day, depending on how much I want, working. And that's working from home, working from, I call myself a freaking barista because I basically work at Starbucks now. So it's a matter of how much you put in is how much you're gonna get out. I'm continuously creating content, thinking of new things for my clients to provide for my Instagram, and this is not gonna apply to online coaching. If you have something you're so freaking passionate about, graphic design, just anything that you can apply to like online coaching, if you love football, hockey, and you can provide some kind of online course for that, do that. Like, that is what you need to do. Find something that you can provide for other people that's obviously sellable because you need to be making an income, but that's also gonna impact their life in some kind of way. So make a game plan. If it's not 100%, freaking go after it because you will not know until you try. I was scared shitless. I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life completely. I still don't know if online coaching is gonna be forever in my future. Who knows what's gonna happen with Instagram? But no matter what, I'm gonna grind to make sure that I am successful. And you guys have to do the same. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, I'm gonna make a video more specific to how I started getting clients and more about how I developed my business, establishing myself as an LLC, getting new clients, all of that kind of stuff, and more about coaching because it seems like that's what you guys truly do love. But I'm telling you right now, as a 19-year-old girl, owning her own business and on track to make 6 figures this year, you can do it regardless of age, regardless of your situation, regardless of anything. If you have the motivation to do it, you will do it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and stay tuned for the next one. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment anything below that you might want to see, anything more in depth that you want to hear from me, or just comment because you love it. Bye, guys.